Okay, hello everybody and welcome to yet another session of Crusader Kings 2. So, here we are, here's Halvdan av Ystad, Chief of Skåne, continuing to looting and pillaging the province of Vårgård here. Just a few couple of things before we get started. I figured I've taken some time to look around at stuff happening around the world, so I figured would go through another round of just checking what's new in the world. But then I want to take some time to get to know Harald's own court. We haven't really looked at the local court in Skåne. We haven't really familiarized ourselves with the people in Harald's direct surroundings, so I figured we'd do that. But first, let me show you a couple of freakish things that I noticed off camera. First of all, the entirety of England has pretty much been beset by the Vikings. Look! Everything that's either grey or that's leaning grey, that is Viking-held territory. You see, the Norse religion is already spreading across England. That's because England's largely been taken. Look, we already saw King Bagsec over here conquering Mercia. Now Wessex too has fallen. This guy from down here, Haystein of Namsborg, apparently launched an invasion and took over all of Wessex. Like, wow! So now that place is taken too. What happened to Alfred? He's still the count, serving under him. Your wife ain't pregnant yet. What happened to the other king? We go to Wessex, we go to history. Oh, he died. Count Ethelred of White, which is down here, died in the dungeons of King Hestein of Namsborg. So he was captured by the dude. Oh, and he had the plague. Oh, he had the plague too. Well, no wonder you kept him in the dungeons then. So anyways, yeah. Almost the entirety of the island of Britain has been taken by the Vikings. And now finally, the only last remaining English kingdom is Northumbria. King Aelle of Northumbria. The one man hated the most by the Vikings. And he's the one that's alive. He's one-handed apparently because he got severely injured in battle. And apart from him, there's King Hugh here in Scotland, who stole the crown from his brother, Constantine. Because if you look at the crown, Constantine was king, then Hugh took over the crown. So yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen with the British Isles now. It's gonna be up to Ireland to make a final last stand, because the Vikings haven't spread out that far yet into Ireland, but I'm guessing they'll be next. Also, if you take a look at these leaders here, I noticed some funny things. You look at Halvdan, he's 48 years old. He's got cancer, he's stressed out. Guessing that's a sign he's about to pass away very soon. And for some reason, he seems to be the member of some sort of secret society. And he's known to have worshipped demons. And like, whoa, wonder what the hell all that is about. But the most freakish thing I ran into is the leader down here, Bagsec of Jylland. He's become a tribal kinslayer. This character is known to have slain a member of their own family. Something which people around him both admire and fear him for. And I was curious, oh, he's killed someone of his own family. Well, who did he kill? So we're gonna go to his kill list here. And it turns out He killed his own son, Fridrik Bagseksson. Look, his son sacrificed to the gods on the order of his own father, King Bagsek of Jylland. And he was only 17 years old. Just wow! What kind of a father does that to their son? To their heir? He got the weird idea that it would make sense to give up his very heir to the gods, and that's what he did. Jeez, that's brutal, man. Anyways, back to matters close to home. While Harald's down here, looting and pillaging and everything, I figured we might as well take some time to look at his court. So here's his wife Beata, who's pregnant again on very suspicious grounds. This is the third time we believe she may be cheating on us. Harald is gonna have to look into this. This can't go on for much longer. Maybe it's because she's lustful. Like the combination of deceitfulness and socialization with the lustful trait means she's the kind of woman that sleeps around. She's the kind of woman that keeps secret and who isn't very honest all the time. And yeah. Right, well, we're gonna check our children. Sorry, I just lost my train of thoughts there for a minute. Here's Hilde, 3 years of age. We've got Ravn, 2 years of age. And our newly born Hafrid, which is really great. We're getting quite the family here, that's nice. Another thing, I did remark that because we lost our Chancellor last time, the Chancellor that was going to fabricate a claim on Blekinge, we lost him, and the only one we could appoint who had any semblance of skill was this guy, who's only got a diplomacy skill of 10. And that's not very good, particularly with the Chancellor. You want someone that's got either skill 15 or more, because now, as you'll see, there's a 3.97% chance per year for him to fabricate a claim, and that's pretty slim pickings. So I went to this here character tab to try and search for somebody else. Now, I could go all across the world and search for folks, whoever's within diplomatic range, but because we're a mere chief of Skåne, I don't think Harald's got reach too far beyond his own boundaries. Maybe if he's a king, he could concoct something, but for a mere chief that's really only been around for 6 years thus far, I don't think he's got the connections to search all across the world. So we're gonna stick to the realm. We're gonna select men, not imprisoned. They can be married or unmarried, however they want. I don't want them to be rulers, though. And they should be happy to join our court. And we're left only with this feller. Like, if we do any... No. Like, this guy's... He might not... But then he doesn't have the greatest set of skills. And if we rank him by diplomacy, I would absolutely love to get this guy. Look at him. Azat the Wise. He's an Afghan. He's an Afghan of all people, and he's in the service of this little kid right here, of Mecklenburg. If only there was a way to convince him to come to our court, that would be amazing, because that diplomacy is to die for. He is a genius. He's an adventurer, ambitious, hardworking, and zealous. Those are amazing stats. But then I realized he's the court physician of Mecklenburg. He's probably got a hold of this guy via some sort of special event, so he's not going to be moving anytime soon. And when you rank other characters in order of diplomacy, we just end up with this guy anyways. These guys here do not want to join. They've made that abundantly clear. And while this guy is not much to brag with in terms of diplomacy, I noticed that he is pretty skilled in the art of espionage. Which is actually quite good because our current spy master has regressed to a skill set of 9. And that's pretty damn paltry when we're looking for a skill set of people either between 10 to 15 or above. So we're actually going to recruit this guy. He's currently in Bornholm and hasn't got anything to do. So let's see, he's patient and generous, charitable. He's paranoid, he expects the worst in people, but at least he's just and has got a sound judgment. So we're gonna invite him to come over. And while we wait for him to come over, let's take a look at the current members of our court. So we've got Haraldr here. We've got our soon-to-be ex-spy master, Halvdan. Who isn't much to write home about. He's much more of a religious feller, but since he was the best intrigue guy we could come up with, he was stuck. He was stuck working as a spy master, and I guess that job stressed him out because it's not really his strongest suit. We got our steward Sigurd, a whoremaster. Oh, he's someone that likes to go out and sleep around a lot. Well, you better not have slept around with our wife, I tell you that much. Let's see, he's greedy and lustful, but humble and temperate. Not quite sure how that works out. So he's temperate in terms of material possessions, but he's greedy with money. Okay. Here's our chancellor for the time being, Rolf, who is a sociable kind of guy. He has a just sense of judgment, he is temperate and humble, and he's craven too. That's not good at all. So this guy's basically a coward. If somebody exerts pressure over him, he's not going to be the one to stand up for himself. He's going to put his head in the sand, as you see from this little ostrich icon here. Then we've got Harald here, who's nothing but a mere courtier. We've got Eilif, who's our seer, who's not the best of characters, but he's done well so far. He's a coward as well. He's shy and a coward. He's a bit of a braggart. He's proud of himself and all that he does. And he's a cynic. That's quite funny for such a learned religious feller to be a cynic. I'm not entirely sure why that's the case, but since he's our court physician, we're gonna just leave him be. We got Rikulfur here, who we've dealt with several times because he's helped training our troops. But he's also out looking for this strange artifact he's been talking about, and he's been doing it for some time now. I wonder when he's gonna come back and find us something. So anyways, he's honest. He's paranoid, expects the worst in people, but at least he himself is honest. He's a cynic, maybe not in a religious sense, but you know, he hasn't got naive ideas about people in the world, and he's wroth too, so a bit of a gruffy type, one could say. We've got this mofo right here, Botulf the Whiner, whom I honestly have no idea what he's doing in our court. He's slothful, he's greedy, he's envious and lustful. Like, he literally serves no purpose. He's not being productive in any way at all. He's not competent enough to be put on a council, and all he's got is sins and vices. And then we have our wife and our 3 kids. So that's that. We've gotten to know the people of our court a little bit better. So, yeah. Can't think of anything more to bring up, so let's release the pause button there. Ooh! He's already declared war. He's declared the Haraldr conquest of Ostfriesland. Ooh, wait a second. There's a revolt going on here in Lotharingia. Let me see what this revolt is about. Wait, what happened to the king? Lothar V, what happened to you? Ooh, he died under suspicious circumstances. Which means now his kid, his 2-year-old son, Lothar VI, is now the king. What happened to his first son? Oh, it's a bastard. Okay, this son is born out of wedlock, which means the only legitimate son, because they're agnatic Gavelkind. That means he's the one that gets to take over, and clearly, he's not well liked by his other peers. He's still attacking Aquitaine for Vivray, I think. And he's still at war with West Francia over Burgundy. At the same time, there's a Frisian revolt war. A Frisian liberation revolt going on, because these people want to establish the Kingdom of Frisia that used to exist back in the days but exists no more. And then there's another revolt, 2 more revolts. Independence. So he wants to be independent. Okay, that's interesting. He's the would-be king of Frisia, but then there are these liberation revolters too. This guy is just a local revolt leader. He ain't even landed. And what's this? It's this Italian count seeking to take over Valais. Oh my goodness. So in other words, Lotharingia is in quite a big deal of trouble right now. And so Sigurd here is seizing the opportunity to conquer Ostfriesland. Just Ostfriesland? Yeah, just Ostfriesland here from this revolutionary army. Which is quite a smart thing to do if you don't want to engage a large kingdom straight ahead. The only thing you gotta think about is you need to seize the land while this revolt is going on. Because when the revolt ends, the war ends. Your casus belli is considered invalid and you just return to status quo before the war. But this kid seems to be in quite a bit of trouble as it is, so I suspect these revolts will continue for some time. I've thought it over. You know what, Harald? I have too. And indeed, you cannot be the father of your wife Beata's baby. As it grows in her belly, you have trouble sleeping, and you must put this matter to rest. So let's do just that. We'll hire someone to find out. The Lords of Sjælland have approved the institution of the High Tribal Organization Law. Okay. There we go. Here's Halsten. He's arrived at our court from Bornholm. Now, I hate to break it to you, Halvdan, but I'm no longer in need of your services. We're gonna appoint Halsten here as the new spy master. Sorry, dude. So you can continue to that sounds good. We're gonna make it up to Halvdan, though, in exchange for years of loyal service by giving him an honorary title. You are going to be named as our... not a cupbearer, maybe. Can we do... I don't know if I want him to be the educator. Standard bearer, law speaker... yeah, fuck it. You can be the law speaker. There. Just so you don't feel you are left with nothing. To the soft pirate Harald, Tales of your misdeeds are told from Ireland to Cathay. I accept paying your ransom for the safe return of Ursula. Oh, yes, yes, right. That was the other thing. That was the other thing. We were ransoming his family off. Now, the thing you can do when you're a Viking and when you're a pagan is, apart from having a wife, you can have concubines. And that's quite interesting, because we could go here to this prison and we could decide to take his wife as a concubine, as our own spoil of war, so to speak, because, let's face it, that's the kind of stuff the Vikings engaged in. They captured people as well as golds, and either sold them as slaves or, as in the case with women, took them to their own bed. And I kind of asked myself, should we do that? Should Harald take his first concubine, and such a noble woman at that? And then I looked at Harald's traits and remembered he's actually quite a kind, honorable sort of feller. Not that this would necessarily exclude him from taking concubines in the future, but see, considering where we are and considering where we stand, it would probably be of much more value to us to just ransom her away. I mean, she isn't the most prestigious of nobility, but she is nobility. She's the wife of a chief. He's gonna be willing to pay at least a decent amount of money to get her back home, and right now, money's what we need the most. I'm sure there'll be plenty of opportunities for Harald here to sleep around with women and enjoy future spoils of war from future raids. He could take some peasant girls or something who won't be able to afford ransoming themselves, who won't offer anything of monetary value. But for the time being, it is not necessary for us to have ourselves this one concubine. She's a lot more valuable for ransom, for money. And besides, we've just caught our wife sleeping around for the third time. Now, what example is that gonna set if we're blaming our wife for sleeping around, but then we go have ourselves a concubine? So no. For this particular time being, we're going to ransom her as well. Maybe we'll go grab some concubines later in the future, because I do believe he would still have concubines, you know. That's part of the young man thrill, you know. Adventure, war, spoils, money, women. To the foul pirate Harald, may wisdom ever elude you. I accept paying your ransom for the safe return of Chiefess Jarka. That's very good. In the meantime, we're gonna keep looting your city, and we're up to 400 gold exactly. The maid I hired to gain my wife Beata's confidence has not found anything at all suspicious about her pregnancy. No. This has happened for the third time. We're gonna hire more spies. We need to find out if she's been sleeping around. Whoops. An outbreak of disease broke out in the camps. Okay. Really? We still haven't managed to discover anything suspicious. Isn't it suspicious enough that I'm sat here on the other side of the sea and she still manages to get pregnant? We got really incompetent spies then, if that's the case. But oh well, let's wait for the birth of this here child and see what happens. It started as an uneasiness around guests and strangers, then evolved into awkwardness and a strong feeling of discomfort. So we have a chance of getting shy, or a chance of getting gregarious, but at the expense of getting stressed, which is not a good trait to have at all, but I still don't picture Harald as the shy kind of guy. Like, he's got no problems dealing with people. So no, we're gonna try to be gregarious instead. Even if we don't get gregarious, I'm happy if we just don't get stressed. Of course, we didn't get gregarious, but we did get stressed. Maybe there is a bit of shyness in him after all. Maybe he can't translate his bravery into battle with dealing with people. And now he's suppressing that shyness within him, and it's starting to weigh on him. Maybe this is some old childhood complex or something, because I never imagined him as a shy person. To the heroic Harald, peace be with you. We request that you honor your obligation and answer this call to arms against Adalhard of Lotharingian revolt. So he's calling upon his vassals to join him in the war, and well, we're gonna say yes, but we ain't actually gonna do anything. So now we're formally part of this war too, but whatever. What's happened here? Yeah, okay, Bleking is out too. Right. And Bornholm. Och Alfheimer. Is it called Alfheimer? I thought it was Viken. Whatever, we've almost looted the city here. Uzniam for 23 gold. Yeah, how much gold have we got? We've got 62 currently. And now this church here should fall. Or this temple. Anytime now. Oof. We're down to 700 men. That's not good. Jesus. Ah, crap. Crap. We are now fewer than the defenders of this place, which means we can't loot the entire province. Well, whoop-de-doo. We're just gonna have to go back home. We will once again replenish our troop numbers. Before we go out on another raid again. 63 gold, 63 prestige. That's quite paltry, but we'll take it. Right! So, now we can go back to our lord and ask him once again if he will grant us a title. I'd very much like it if you gave me Halland. That would be most appreciated. So we're gonna ask for the title again. Lose 60 prestige, but hey ho. Yeah, and he just flattered us again. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking he's looking at us, Sigurd is, and he's thinking, I've got this really capable, ambitious guy here who's done a lot for himself, but what has he done for the realm? He didn't come to my aid when I requested his help in the war against England. He resigned from my council, and now all he does is ask for more land. It seems this is the kind of guy that's more in it for himself than for the betterment of the realm. And I'm guessing Harald is just a bit... He's been a little bit overconfident. He's been doing so well lately in his raids with the wolf warriors and his children and everything that he hasn't taken the time to stop to think how much is he acting on the for the benefit of the realm as a whole. Because even though your ultimate goal is to benefit yourself, you do need to prove to your liege lord that you are someone that's gonna work for the betterment of the realm as a whole as well. So we're gonna take this lesson into consideration, and then Harald is gonna sit pretty over here and think about what he can do to benefit Själland as a whole, to show Sigurd that we're not just a selfish bastard, which, in all fairness, we probably are. Maybe I'll sweeten the deal by helping him out over here in the war we're fighting. How many troops have he got? 1,000. Ooh, a son was born to Haraldr of Skåne and Beata of Skåne named Birger. We're not gonna call him Birger. In accordance with our previous philosophy of the H names, Hilde, Ravn, Hafrid, we're gonna call this guy Hallgrim. There we go, little Hallgrim. So if we do take Blekinge now, Hallgrim's probably gonna inherit Blekinge while Ravn gets Skåne. So he captured Ernst. The hunt for the rumored artifact has begun to slow down, Marshal Rikulfer just informed me. He has some valuable and promising leads, but to investigate them, the search must venture into distant, inhospitable lands. Rikulfer claims he needs more soldiers to attempt such a venture. Oh, you're taking down my levy! No, I'm very, very hesitant to do this, I gotta say. Reducing our levy by 25% when we want to go on more raids, when we're gonna help out our liege. We are generous. We're generous and charitable. We're not afraid to invest for the betterment of our own realm, but you're asking me to contribute troops instead of money. And I just talked about how Harald needs to do a bit of thinking, how he needs to prove to Sigurd here that he's not just another selfish bastard, that he can contribute to the realm as much as to himself. So I'm sorry, Rikulfer, but we're gonna leave it to your own devices. We can't spare the men at this moment in time. Honestly, if it was a playthrough off camera, I probably would have spared the men, just because I'm curious to see what he got for us, but this is a roleplay after all. Ooh. What is this? Ooh, this Duke here of Transjuriana just decided to go ahead and lay siege to the capital. Could we put a stop to that, maybe? Unfortunately, Själland is surrounded on all sides by a river, but what if we sat pretty here for a while, waited for our troops to replenish, and then we'd go face him in battle? Not across the strait, mind you, but we'd sail to one of the islands and then take him from the river. That way we'd get a river penalty and not a strait penalty, because those strait... Oh no, it's straight... It's straits everywhere, really. Oh, that's not good. Whatever. We have now acquired enough renown that we can ask to be promoted. So we're gonna do just that. So let's see, we've got 1,044 guys now. And we're the only commander. Do we dare attack? Do we risk our lives to defend the capital? I think we would, though, you know. Again, we gotta prove to our lord that we're willing to help fight for the realm. And what better way to do that than to save the capital? So, there we go. Ivar the Boneless of... Wait, what? Honored fledgling Harald, I hereby grant you permission to advance to the next rank. Okay, thank you. But what the hell's happened here? He's converted to Catholicism! Excuse me, what? Vikings were about to take over England. Now you've deserted us. How is this possible? When did you convert to their faith? What? I don't understand this at all. Okay, so maybe that means we can declare war on his lands at some point, which I suppose would be funny, but oh, that's really strange. That's really, really strange. Anyways, we've gone promoted. We got a new outfit and a shield behind our back and everything. Now we are a warrior. We have a greater chance of capturing enemies when sieging holdings. We got warrior training. We can summon a lodge commander. That's nice. But let me take a look at this warrior training thing. Okay, so when we collect 300 renown, we can give ourselves a command trait. That's pretty neat. Anyways, let's be brave, let's be valiant, let us go and save the capital. We're gonna suffer a massive penalty for crossing the Strait of Öresund, but we're just gonna have to take it. If it helps driving out the enemy, that is what we'll do. He's charging straight ahead because he's got the central leader buff. Attacking him. Attacking the enemy's left flank with a shield wall tactic to defend against them. But will it be enough? Will it be enough? Yes, it is enough! By the mere skin of his teeth, Haraldr stands against their volleys and rushes forward to attack! Yay! This campaign has been easy pickings. Swinging my spear through the farmlands is a pleasure, and my fellow soldiers are equally jovial, surrounded by the blood of our German enemies and the cries of battle. Look! Enemy commander Duke Conrad is hiding! Someone suddenly shouts, pointing off to the distance. And that's this guy over here, Duke Conrad of Transjurania. Hiding somewhere, I don't know where. In some landscape somewhere. There you are, dude. I have been itching for a fight. And we should win this easily because he's got a fighting skill of -18. Ours is 40. We're a bit stressed out, but we are a Viking, damn it. A Viking and a wolf warrior. This should be no match for us. My opponent seems to be getting tired. His moves becoming slower. Strengthened by the cheers of the crowd, I sink my spear into his chest. Yeah! The man groans, and it takes a while before my own heart stops pounding. But he is still. I'm sorry. It had to end this way. But I'm not sorry, Harald. Look! You have slain your first opponent in battle! Woohoo! And a duke, no less. A Catholic duke from faraway lands. We saved the capital, and we slayed one of the rebel leaders. What the hell's happened here? How's Aquitaine taken over France? No. Let's check the kingdom of West Francia here. He was slain by somebody. He was slain by a Viking. Charles the Bold was slain by a Viking, and now somehow the kingdom's gone over to the King of Aquitaine. Oh man, these guys are really consolidating their kingdoms here. Like, wow! Holy smokes indeed, yes! Well done, Harald! You saved the capital! Now that, if anything, should impress you more, Sigurd. Let's actually do something to win the guy's favor. We're going to sway him and try to make better friends with him. Oh man, I'm so proud of Harald right now. Like, that is absolutely amazing. You saved the capital and you killed a prominent Christian noble to boot. That is absolutely fantastic. He made Friedrich of Blekinge something or other. How's that claim going, by the way? You managed to fabricate a claim yet? Or have you put your warriors on my lands? That doesn't make no sense. Let's wait once again to replenish some troops. Battlefield experience. Oh my goodness. Indeed. Oh, my steward Siegfried tells me that his efforts at praising my name and deeds have met with great success. A small army of warriors have converged at Skåne, ready to serve me. I just need to make sure they have someone to fight, lest they become troublesome. Ooh, they must have heard words of the Battle of Själland here when we repelled the invaders of the capital, and now they want some excitement too. Yeah, that's nice. Should we take them out? We've got some troops now to our name. Should we take them out? Show them what war really looks like. I think we shall. Yeah, come on, Haraldr. Let's go and get some more battlefield experience. As well as showing Mr. Sigurd here that we are a great asset of his, despite what he might think. Do we want to place ourselves here? Maybe we do. Let's go. Sail out here. Who are we at war with? Okay, so we're at war with that guy. Let's take our troops to shore here in Sticht. And then we'll attack him, but not from the open sea, because that's a bit foolhardy. We'll keep our ships here. Oh, do we want to siege the place maybe? Utrecht. I guess we could do that. We'll have to keep a watchful eye for these asshats though. Let's take the church and just see what that does. I really hope King Sigurd is doing well. I wonder if there could be something else I could do for him to help in his endeavor. See? You see, Sigurd? All we want to do is help. We are here to serve you. So just tell me what I can do. What? Maybe he's gonna say, go deal with the peasants. Ooh! What the shit? 3,000 peasants? Oh, and they're right outside of Skåne too. Okay, as soon as we're done with this here church, we're going straight back home. Unmoved by my concern, he claimed that we did not know each other well enough to reveal details. Aww. He's still not convinced. But I guess it plays into his paranoia trait. He always expects the worst in people. He clearly believes all we're doing there is kissing ass, which, well, in a way we're doing. Okay, so Blekinge is joining my ranks. The troops of Blekinge, that's good. Together we're laying siege to this here place. Recently, I've noticed the pitiful state of my son Haraldr. I've just been informed that the cause of his aches and fatigues is a case of the flu. Oh shit, he's severely hit by the flu. Elif, court physician, go help my son. Oh yes, we're taking Utrecht. We've taken the place. You know what, let's not waste time in a church. Let's engage this here army straight away. Never mind the river crossing penalty, we outnumber them, so it should be fine. We get some more experience. The Battle of Tasterbound. The enemies are falling by my spear, one by one, while hails of arrows narrowly miss me, charging into the thick of it. One surprisingly young soldier trying to hide behind a large rock. With mixed emotions, I realize that the boy is shaking. Who are you? He splutters, his eyes frantic. You can call me the Great Bear. I'm a diplomat of sorts. I'm doing you a kindness, believe me. The one to grant you peace. Eternal peace. Oh, sorry. So that was the timer. We've hit the 45-minute mark, but sadly, you can't save during encounters like this, so I gotta ask myself, what does Harald want to be known as? What kind of a guy is he? Is he a great bear? Is he a diplomat? He's not really a diplomat kind of guy. And he's not necessarily kind-hearted either. I mean, he's honorable, but he's not necessarily good. I do want to leave some room for nasty sides in him. I don't want him to be a softie. That is not befitting of a Viking. So, it's either the generous or the great bear. In a roleplay sense, it would... Generous would suit us better because we got the charitable trait, but I kind of like the name Great Bear. Like, how badass is that? The Great Bear, the amazing berserker, the great Viking warrior, who we are trying to shape him into becoming anyway, so... Fuck it, we're gonna call him the Great Bear. Harald of Ystad is known as the Great Bear. Oh, that is badass. That is really badass. I've received words from Rikel. Okay, good. Keep making steady progress. What the hell just happened now? Oh, I know what's happened. The capital's been taken over by the peasants and people have been killed. Agnieszka... Oh, they even killed the baby! Not just a baby, they killed Sigurd's newborn son! And his wife, too! The utter barbarians! Why would they do such a thing? And hold on! Another thing I noticed earlier but didn't remark upon in my sessions was Sigurd was married to the daughter of Aela of Northumbria. For whatever weird reason, he's married to the daughter of the man that killed his father. I've no idea what the hell that was all about, but anyways, she's been killed by the rabble, so I imagine Sigurd is not a happy chappy at all right now. So anyways, we'll see how that goes. Let's win the battle here now, at long last. Oh, again! Jesus! Now it's a stormy weather. First we were fighting in the fields, discovering a young boy. Now the weather's turned stormy. The stormy weather's getting to me. Turning to the sky, I take a deep breath. The pompous soldiers of Haraldr have been sending their best at me, and my limbs are becoming heavier with each step I take. Adamar here. He's got a fighting skill of 3, and he's just a lowly peasant. I'll accept injury, or I will rest. Fuck that. We're the bravest warrior. We will duel the commander ourselves. Yes! It is a good day for a duel. I chuckle, hefting my spear in my hand. Enough talking, my opponent growls. Soon, Adamar's just lying face down in the dirt as I have seen to swing my spear in a perfect half circle, causing him to fall backwards. That's how we beat Ingegerd and got accepted to the warriors. I take it I win this fight? Oh, but he didn't die. He didn't actually die, he just got away wounded. And then just scurried off somewhere else. Nah, we're gonna kill the guy. We're gonna kill the guy. We're kind, we're charitable. But as it turns out, we're also stressed out. We're tired, we've been fighting this battle a long time, we just want to get everything over and done with. Oh, I'll show no mercy, just end this fight already! And there we go, that was the Battle of Haarlem. Which means we've almost won the war and we've become a renowned duelist, adding our second kill to the list. That's pretty amazing. He's turning out to be the quite the badass Viking warrior after all. So, yeah. On that amazing bombshell, we're gonna end it here. I hope you'll join me again next time for some more adventures of Harald the Great Bear. Yeah, this is cool. What happened here? Oh, this is the Independence War. But instead of making him the king, he just took these 3 lands. Okay, we'll check the state of the world later on as and when we get back. But for now, thank you all guys for joining. And I'll see you again next time.